Just in, Princess Leonor honored by presidents and kings, with her new crown. A crown, a daughter, a nation holding its breath. But no one expected this moment to come so soon. Because today, before the eyes of presidents, kings, and the world, Princess Leonor was crowned in a ceremony Spain will never forget. The hall was silent. The chandeliers glowed like fire, and all eyes were fixed on one young woman. Her Royal Highness, Princess Leonor de Bourbon, stood tall, wearing a crown so new, so freshly passed into her hands, that even seasoned kings and queens leaned forward in awe. This wasn't just another royal event. This was a moment of history. A transfer of legacy. A declaration of destiny. And in the front row, leaders from across the globe, presidents, monarchs, statesmen, watched as Spain's future queen bowed her head and accepted the crown that would define her life. But how did this come to be? Why now? And what does this mean not only for Spain, but for the world? Stay with me, because the story you're about to hear is unlike any royal tale before it. 1. The unexpected ceremony. The official announcement came suddenly. Palace staff leaked whispers only hours before. There would be an emergency gathering inside Madrid's most guarded royal hall. When word reached the public, disbelief swept through the nation. Could it be true? Was King Felipe really preparing to present the crown to his daughter? For centuries, Spanish monarchs have passed their crowns only upon abdication or death. But this was different. King Felipe VI, alive and reigning, chose to honor Leonor publicly, early, and dramatically. And that's why the world reacted with shock. Presidents flew in. Other kings and queens rushed to attend. What they witnessed was a once-in-a-generation sight, a father willingly placing his nation's symbol of power into the hands of his daughter, while still seated on the throne himself. Later in this video, you'll see how this single act sent ripples through Europe's royal families, and why some rulers were left uneasy. 2. The crown itself. The crown wasn't ordinary. It carried centuries of history. Forged in gold, studded with emeralds and sapphires passed down through dynasties, it symbolized not just Spain, but resilience through war, unity through division, and hope through change. When King Felipe lifted it, the hall gasped. The light caught its edges, and for a moment, it seemed to glow. Slowly, he placed it onto Leonor's head, and for the first time, the world saw her not just as a princess, but as a queen in waiting. Her face revealed everything: nervousness, pride, determination. She didn't smile. She didn't falter. She simply accepted the weight of history. But the most moving moment came when Leonor raised her eyes. Across from her sat not just her father, but rows of global leaders, presidents of great republics, kings of ancient monarchies, prime ministers who had doubted Spain's monarchy at all. And every single one of them rose to their feet. Applause thundered. And Spain knew, a new chapter had begun. 3. Emotions inside the royal family. Behind the ceremony, emotions ran deep. Queen Letitia's eyes glistened as she clasped her hands, trying to steady her breathing. She had raised Leonor not only as a princess, but as a daughter who faced relentless pressure. To see her crowned, while still so young, was both triumph and heartbreak. King Felipe, though composed, could not hide his trembling voice as he declared, "Spain's crown belongs not to me, but to the people. And today, to my daughter." And then there was the youngest, Infanta Sofia. She clapped louder than anyone. A proud sister, a loyal supporter, and perhaps, secretly, the one person who knows Leonor's heart best. Later in this video, you'll see how Sofia's quiet gesture at the end of the ceremony may have been the most symbolic of all. 4. International reaction. The presence of world leaders transformed this moment into more than a Spanish affair. The King of Denmark nodded with approval, whispering to his son. The President of France leaned toward the German Chancellor, both smiling in quiet recognition of a future leader taking her first step. Even distant monarchs, Morocco, Jordan, Norway, sent envoys to witness Spain's transition. But the greatest surprise, the President of the United States, who rarely attends European ceremonies of this kind, personally congratulated Leonor with a handshake and a simple line, "The future rests well in your hands." News outlets went into overdrive. "A crown for a new era," one headline read. Another, "Leonor of Spain, the queen the world didn't see coming." 5. Leonor speaks. Then came the moment that sealed everything. Leonor rose. The crown rested lightly, yet firmly, on her head. And with calm certainty, she spoke. Her voice was steady, each word measured. I accept this honor, not as a symbol of power, but as a promise, to serve Spain, to serve our people, and to serve peace among nations. The hall erupted. Leaders nodded. Citizens watching live broadcasts wept. And across Spain, from villages to cities, people stood in front of their televisions, clapping as if Leonor could hear them. She wasn't just honored, she was embraced. 6. The private moments. After the grand ceremony, a quieter scene unfolded. Cameras captured Leonor stepping aside with her parents. Felipe embraced her tightly, whispering something inaudible. Letizia kissed her cheek, her tears finally falling. Even Sofia leaned in, wrapping her arms around her sister. For a family often seen as distant and formal, these moments revealed the truth: they are human. They love, they hurt, they hope. And just as the cameras began to dim, one last shot spread across the world. Leonor, crown still on her head, glancing up at the royal ceiling, eyes filled not with fear, but with resolve. 7. What this means for the future. So what does this all mean? First, Spain has made its future crystal clear. There will be no doubt, no hesitation. Leonor de Bourbon will one day be queen. Not by surprise, not by inheritance alone, but by deliberate choice, witnessed by the most powerful leaders of our age. Second, this marks a new era in Europe's monarchies. Few heirs have been honored so openly while their parents still reign. Leonor has become a symbol of youth, unity, and female leadership at a time when the world hungers for stability. And third, this moment reshapes the royal family itself. The public sees them not as distant figures, but as a family of flesh and blood, capable of tears, of love, and of passing power without fear. As the ceremony closed, Leonor removed the crown, placed it gently back into its case, and whispered words only a few nearby heard. One day, it will return to me. And I will be ready. Spain believes her. The world believes her. And after today, history has already crowned her in the hearts of millions. So now we ask, if this is what Princess Leonor can embody at 19, standing honored by presidents, kings, and the world, what will she bring when the day truly comes, when Spain places her on the throne not just as heir, but as queen? That answer lies in the future. But after today, one thing is certain: the crown may rest in her hands tomorrow, but in the hearts of her people, Princess Leonor is already their queen.